Hello guys, can you hear me? Everyone please confirm. Everyone please confirm. Is my voice is audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Chanu is
Okay, fine. See guys, since the last session we discussed about implementation project guidance, right? The same thing we will continue. And I request everyone, people who has already paid, so please send the payment screenshot to ChanuSK and Sheikh Babji IDs only. And do not send any payment screenshot in the group. Okay, so do not send any payment screenshot to the group. So here we have one option. So you just send your payment screenshot to Sheikh PUBG and the ChanuSK IDs only. So once you upload your payment screenshot, then that means we will approve your screenshot. That means your registration process is completed. Okay. So just upload the payment screenshot to ChanuSK ID and Sheikh PUBG IDs. Okay, so you have to send these two IDs. That is very mandatory. And once you finish it, just ping me WhatsApp or say just ping in the Teams. That is also fine. Once you upload, that's fine. Okay, we will take care rest of the things. Right? Then only registration process is completed. And do not send the payment screenshot to WhatsApp or any other places. Okay, so you just send payment screenshot only to this number only. Okay, so we have two IDs. Just your payment screenshot only to this number. And the next thing is, and do not send a payment screenshot in the chat boxes. Okay, so don't send like this. And only to this number you have to pay. Okay, so you just GPay or phone pay is allowed only to this number, right? Thank you. See guys, in the last session we discussed about implementation project guidance, right? So how the project will come, and how many rounds will be there, interview rounds will be there. So these are all basic discussions happened in the last session. And today, so we will continue the SAP S4HANA implementation project guidance. These sessions are very helpful to newbies who want to switch from non-SAP to SAP, right? After 40 to 50 sessions, then again we will have these project classes. We will take example of like one real-time example, like how the project will be implemented. Right now you don't know what is configuration, what is testing. That's the reason I'm just giving overview how the projects will come and how to handle. These are all discussions are happen from the yesterday, right? So but once you hands-on experience on the SAP system, then you get to know what is configurations and what is testing. If you know these basic things, then we will move to the again these project classes. Okay, right now these are all basic type, but upcoming classes we will have methodology based classes, methodology like SAP methodology, activate methodology, greenfield. So methodologies are there. Okay, based upon the methodology how the SAP S4HANA implemented, those things will be discussed after 40 to 50 classes only. Right now, just I am giving a draft analysis, draft idea to people who don't know SAP. They want to switch to SAP first time, or they never heard about this SAP course, etc. For them, this course is very helpful, and what I am giving here insights, that is very helpful. Okay. Okay, guys. Tell me how many types of projects in SAP S4HANA?
nine.
Tell me anyone?
Six, sir.
What are that projects?
Implementation project,
Mm-hmm.
support project, rollout,
Mm-hmm.
upgrade, conversation,
Mm-hmm.
enhancement.
Okay. So implementation project, support project, rollout project, upgrade project, conversion project, right? So right now we are discussing about SAP S4HANA implementation project. So Based upon the methodology only, SAP S4HANA implementation project uh, implemented. Right now, we are not discussing any methodologies here. Just I'm giving overview how the project should be implemented on what basis. Okay, so certain methodologies will be there: greenfield methodology and ASAP methodology, brownfield methodology. Other methodologies like bluefield, etc., is there, but we are not telling those methodologies right now. Okay, so without telling this methodology, I'm just giving draft idea what is exactly implementation project, what happened in the each phase. Those details I'm just giving over here. Okay, upcoming sessions, once you hands on the system experience. Okay, so once you do some configurations in the system, once we do some testing activities in the system, then again we will come to know what is the methodology, ASAP methodology, and what is activate methodology. Okay, these are all discussions again will happen. Another 2 3 classes will be there for the project classes, for real time, for interview purpose or real time job purpose. Okay, so SAP S4HANA implementation project. So here the client, tell me who is our client, who is your client? Jindal Private Limited. Who is the implementation partner? So TCS. And TCS need to implement how many modules?
FICO MMSD.
So for implementing these 5 modules, how many members or resources required? At least. And 100 and above. Okay, how many SAP FICO consultants will be recruited for this? 5 members. 5 members, 5 to 6 members. Okay, 5 to 6 members max. So now, yeah, for example, if TCS want to implement this SAP S4HANA project to the client Jindal Private Limited, so certain phases that we come across. What are the phases will be there? Planning phase. Initially, what happened? Planning. Planning phase. See, I'm explaining in simple terminology, but I'm not going in depth like phases. Like some of the phases based upon the methodology. Some phases will be there. I'm not telling based upon the methodology. I'm just giving overview. Okay, insights. Planning phase. Document phase. Configuration. Data migration. Data migration, then testing phase. Then project go live. Then hypercare support. See guys, so these are the phases we have. Okay, planning phase, document phase, configuration phase, data migration phase, testing phase. If this phases is completed, that means implementation is completed. Okay, so here everyone should understand that in order to implement any kind of SAP ECC or S4HANA project, so we need to come across certain phases. Each phase is very crucial, and so each phase certain activities will happen. Those activities we need to know first, and those activities need to execute it. Okay, then finally once a project is completed, that means your planning phase is completed, document phase is completed, configuration completed, data migration is completed, testing activities are complete. That means project move to go live. So project move to go live, that means SAP end users will start working in the SAP S4HANA system. Okay, hypercare support means even after completion of the project, the client wants your support for 1 or 2 months. So additionally, you have to provide 1 or 2 months support to the SAP end user, because any errors will occur, then you have to resolve. 1 or 2 months additional support need to provide even after completion of the project. That is called as additional support. That is called as hypercare support. Okay. So now, as a implementation partner, so we are the implementation partner to Jindal Private Limited. We are consultants, but we are from TCS. TCS is the implementation partner to the Jindal Private Limited. TCS has client Jindal Private Limited. So we will work for the client. Okay. So now once the project got shortlisted, so TCS will recruit all the resource, FICO, MMST, PPQM, and ABAP. All the resource will be recruited. And after that, everyone need to move to the client location, Jindal Private Limited. Okay. So the client location, I told you, it's located in Bangalore. Everyone need to move to the Bangalore location. So here, so planning phase means, so this is also one kind of planning phase. We have to attend the meeting, kickoff meeting. So we have to attend the meeting here in the client location. Your project manager and all your TCS employees will be moved to the client location, and we are temporary employees for the client Jindal Private Limited. We are contractors for the Jindal Private Limited. Once a contract has been ended up, then again we will move to the TCS. So till then, so Jindal Private Limited will take care all our desk and providing internet facility and everything. Okay. So here your role is, so you have to attend the kickoff meeting which was conducted by the project manager at the client location. Everyone, not only you, every consultant will move to the client location, and here your project manager will host one meeting. That meeting is called as kickoff meeting, and in this kickoff meeting your project manager will guide about project goals, objectives, SLA, duration, and he will also explain the business process of the Jindal Private Limited. Okay, and what is our roles over there in the Jindal Private Limited, and what is the code of conduct and ethics that we have to follow in the client location. These are all things happen, okay, in the planning phase. So planning phase, your role is nothing. These things will be taken care by high level, top level management. So project goals, project objectives, SLA, duration. These are all initial discussions happen in the planning phase. Okay, so your role is nothing in this planning phase. So your role is nothing, just attend the kickoff meeting only. Attend the kickoff meeting. This was conducted by our project manager. So he will host for this kickoff meeting, and he will explain about the client business process, like how many company codes are there, plants are there, and what is our role in the client location. So and also like duration of the project, SLS. Okay, and who are the SAP consultant, SD consultant, all introduction things will happen in the planning in this phase, kickoff meeting. Okay, so in other case, these are all things will be taken care by higher level management. Okay, your role is nothing. You will not participate setting SLA and duration, logo, cost, etc. Okay, so from TCS level, top level management will take care this thing, and from the Jindal Private Limited, so they have top level management. So both will be discussed and clear these things. So our role is just attend the kickoff meeting and know about the project duration and and also what is the business process of the client and who are SAP MMSD, PP, QM members and who are the ABAPers and basis team. These are all things we should know, because going forward we have to work with closely. We have to work closely with them, because SAP FI model integrated with the MM model, FI integrated with the SD model, SCM model, and ABAPers are required for our business process and doing configuration and any fit gap requirements. ABAPer is also required for moving transport. Basis team also required. Okay, and for authorization, secure team also required. So every team member is very crucial for this project. So that's the reason team means not only FI team, so other teams also consider. Okay, once you finish of FI implementation, the project is not ended up. So every module should be complete. Every module should be implemented for a SAP FI CO. Alternative MM people start MM configurations and they will do testing migration. SD people start SD configuration, testing migration at a time. Okay, so our role is very, very crucial. We are the key members. Uh, no doubt at all, we are the key members. Okay, so our requirement is more in the project. So here the project mean all teams, not any single member or any single team. Okay. So from the client side, core users and end users will be there. So core users have some experience and they will provide the business data to the consultants. Okay, they have expertise in the providing data and they have some technical knowledge at least. Okay, and so at every time you have to connect with the core users and get to know the information. And you make a call and you just write any emails to them and get to the client business requirements. Okay, the project team means all functional team members. So technical means ABAPers, basis, BW. So like the technical team will be there from the, and like functional members FICO, MMST. So interface team members, third party integrations will happen with SAP. Interface team members also there. Okay. So all these business analysts. So business analyst duties, they have to get the business information from the client. They will analyze the data. So all team members, these are the team members. Okay. And this is the planning phase. So your role in the planning phase, just attend kickoff meeting and get to know about these details. Okay, that's it. So your project manager will take workshops in the initial stage and he will guide about the client details, etc. And every time you have to set up meetings with client members, like core users and their managers and factory managers also, whoever responsible to get whoever responsible for that requirement. So we directly connect to them, writing emails and discuss with call. These are all things happen, okay, for the get to know to get the information. So this is the planning phase. Document phase. So document means we have to prepare different kind of documents. These are the major documents that we have to know. So document once the planning phase is completed, that means, so planning means all this completed. Okay. So initial discussions is completed. Then document phase that we need to come across. Document phase. Okay. So here some of the documents that we have to prepare. So as is document means the client as it is information. So how many company codes, plans, and P2P process, procurement, what kind of materials and how many material types we have, okay, and what is the procurement process, how many types of invoices, what, how is there any workflows, everything. This is the client details. As is document will be provided by the client. As is information will be shared by the client, because client will doing the business. They know, okay, what is their business, and that is the reason. So this information will be provided by the client itself. So as a SAP FICO consultant, so we have to prepare these three documents based upon the as is information, which will be provided by the client. So you have to prepare the to be document and fit gap analysis document and scope document. These are the major documents that we have to prepare. And what is the to be document? So what is the to be document? So to be document should be prepared based on the as is information. In SAP, how we are doing configuration for the as is information. For example, client has 10 company codes are there. So we have to create these 10 company codes in SAP S4HANA system. And we have to collect 10 company codes information. And what are the basic requirement for these 10 company codes in the system that we need to collect, and that document we have to prepare, and to be document should be prepared, and then we will do configuration in our system. So once we get the information, how we can get the information, just sending emails and so making calls, set up meetings. Okay, then we will come to know each information without making calls and email writing. So we cannot get those information, right? So to be document, so will be prepared by SAP consultant only. So your duty is to get you get the information from the client, and then prepare this to be document. How we are going to do in SAP system, that document is called as to be. It's a technical document, and or it is also called as SAP document. So to be document will be prepared by SAP consultant only. And fit gap analysis, we already discussed what is fit gap. Fit gap is nothing but customization part. Some business requirements we are we are not able to do that, we are not able to fulfill the client requirement in the SAP S4HANA system. For that case, we will contact to ABAPer and we will do customization with ABAPer. Okay, so we have to write some programs, and if we have good command on the coding, that is also fine. Okay, ABAPer will take care of that. Okay, some business requirements, standard SAP will not fit for the business requirement. So for that case, we have to do customization. So those things are called as RISE objects. So for this case, you have to connect to the ABAPer. W means workflows, R means reports, I means interfaces, C means conversions, E means enhancements, F means forms. For this requirement, you have to connect to the ABAPer. And technically, ABAPer requirement is there. That's the reason. In real time, ABAPer involvement is must in case of fit gap. Okay. So we will check the feasibility first. These facilities are there in the SAP system. If not there, then connect to the SAP ABAPer and discuss with him. This is the client requirement. So please check the feasibility. If feasibility is not there, we will have to connect to SAP directly. Okay. If feasibility is not there, if the client requirement is not there in the standard SAP system, that case again we will contact SAP because this software provider SAP itself, right? And if feasibility is okay, so we have to do some customization with ABAP. So for all these case, program is required. This is called as enhancement projects. So fit gap related things. RISE object. W means workflow. Workflow means approval process. We have to design the customized approval process, and we have to prepare the customized reports. Standard reports will be provided by SAP, but that doesn't meet SAP. That doesn't meet the client standards. So client requirement is different, and standard SAP will give different reports that is not fit for the business. That's the reason. So we have to connect to the ABAPer, and so for all these cases we have to write FS document, and so technically we need to know some ABAP areas. Okay, I will discuss those things in the upcoming classes. No worries. Okay, then we will fulfill the client requirement. These are all things comes under the fit gap. Fit gap means as is and difference between as is and to be. The client business requirements sometimes SAP standard SAP doesn't meet. Okay, that's the reason we will do some customization part in the SAP standard system. That is called as fit gap. We have to prepare the fit gap analysis document for all these cases. Okay. So that is also part of SAP functional consultant. Of course, we don't know coding program, but still we will connect to the ABAPer and discuss with the requirement, and ABAPer will do coding program whatever it is, and our side we will do configuration, testing, requirement gathering and all the basic things which is required for the business, that we will take care. And ABAPer will do customization, ABAPer do some enhancements or anything, and he will finish up. Okay, and we have to report to the client. So ABAPer is the back end and you are the front end. Okay, you ultimate report to the client only. Okay, you have to assign the task once you get the requirement related to workflows or reports customized. Then you have to prepare the functional document, functional specification document. So in this functional specification document, so whatever the requirement we gathered and whatever the important areas like tables, fields are required, those things inputs, those things and inputs we just to provide to the client, provide to the ABAPer. Then ABAPer will work on this, and he will check the feasibility, and then he will work on the these areas, and he need to fulfill the requirement. So initially you have to raise the ticket and assign to ABAPer. So ABAPer will start working. If you are not assign any ticket to him, then he won't work. If you not given any functional specification documents or any inputs to them, he won't work. That's the reason your duty is so analyze the business requirement, and so if standard SAP doesn't meet the client requirement, then connect to the ABAPer and discuss and check the feasibility. If ABAPer says yes, this requirement we can do customization, okay, I will take care. Then give whatever the requirement ABAPer asking, those details you just to provide to the ABAPer, then ABAPer will take care. Okay, na? Then scope document. Scope document means what? Scoping. So scoping means that tomorrow I need to create a company code in SAP system. Okay. For doing company code in SAP, what kind of fields are required and what kind of information that I need to gather from the business side or core users. Okay, that we have to ready with our questions, right? Okay, we have to put forward the questions to the client. The client will give in the answer form. Okay, so relating to company code, whatever the questions you have, that we need to ask, or we have to forward the template to the client. The client will share the details to you. And once you get the information, that is the conclusive evidence for you to do configuration in the SAP system. Okay, so here initial days what happened, every time you have to connect to the core users and business leads, okay, team management, other consultants, these are all part of the SAP consultant duty. Okay, without communication and without getting the business information, we cannot do implementation at all. That's the reason we need to write in emails, and we need to send different kind of meeting requests to different kind of peoples and get the information. And once you are perfect in all these areas and you get confidence, then start the configuration. Okay. So this is all about documentation phase. Documentation phase, your role is you have to prepare to be document, fit gap analysis and scope document. These three documents plays very major role in the implementation part. And your role is get the information from the client. Whenever you want to do any configuration, so you have the data, right? Without having the data, you cannot do any configuration in the system. What data you need? Client data. How the client data you will get? You have to make a call, or you prepare the document. So based on the document, the client is already given sign up. Sorry, sign off. So client is already given sign off for the document. So as this document is client is already provided and given sign off. Then based upon this document, is just do configuration. Okay. So this is the backbone of SAP consultant duty. SAP consultant duty is configuration phase. So your role is you have to do configuration. You have to do configuration for GL module, AP, AR, asset accounting, withholding tax, GST, DME, IDOCS, rise if objects, everything. This is the key area. Okay. So these are all basic things everyone know. Okay. So if you know the business, then you can get all the information. There is no technical requirement is there here. And this is the technical requirement. And for doing configuration, no coding and program is required. Okay, I will tell you in our upcoming classes how to do configuration in this system. No worries. Okay, so once we do configuration, like for example, GL configuration, once we do GL configuration, GL module configuration, once we finish it up, then we have to test out all the GL scenarios and GL transactions we have to post. That is called a testing. Whether your configuration is working fine or not, how to know? Once you do the test scenarios is activated and these test scenarios you performed in SAP S4HANA, if test results are good, then testing is completed, right? So without performing testing, then how we can conclude that so GL implementation is done or AP implementation is done or AR implementation is done? Without performing testing, so we cannot say okay all the modules completed. So configuration is the backbone, of course, but testing is the major thing. In the testing, we can find out the bugs, errors, and whether the smooth flow, or whether the business is going smooth flow or not. Based upon the testing only, we can identify. We can identify the major bugs in the testing. So different kind of testing scenarios that we have to create, and different kind of testing activities that we have to do in our SAP S4HANA. and with different kind of test scenarios we have to write in ALM tools and other Jira tools if it is there. Okay, and these test scenarios are worked fine. That means your system is going well. In upcoming days, SAP end users won't get any errors in the system while posting any transaction. That's the reason here after configuration, every test we have to check it out, and every test we have to do. Okay, of course, some testing team will be there separately in the implementation project, but as a consultant, we need to know all areas because you will get project of so you will get once you get project in implementation, so you may be involved in the testing activities, you may be involved in the configuration activities, or you may be involved in the data migration. That we cannot say. So which phase you will involve. So that's the reason. So every phase you have to learn, and each phase you need to know what happened in the system. That is very vital for SAP consultant. Okay. So in the configuration phase, majorly we can see baseline configurations, baseline configurations and final configurations will be there. Baseline configuration means majority of the configuration, 90% of business transaction related configurations will be completed here. In the final configuration, integration areas, fit gap related stuff, these things will be conducted in the final configuration. So integration means other teams involvement is there. For SAP FI module integration is there, FI module PP PS and PP HR SD integrations are there. Okay, so HR people will do HR configuration, people will do configuration, then we have to integrate the business, right? So that is the reason these things will be conducted. Lastly, integration and the fit gap related stuff. Fit gap means rise if object customizations. Okay, these things will be done with the paper. Okay, we have to write FS document, functional specification document. So configuration, we have majorly two types of configuration: baseline. So majority of configurations like which is required for the business, that is baseline configuration. Baseline configuration part is completed, then we'll go to the final configuration. Final configuration including integration and the fit gap related stuff. Okay. Right. So far we have discussed about planning phase, document phase, and configuration phase. So planning phase, what happened? So your role is nothing. You just attend the kickoff meeting. So in the kickoff meeting, your project manager will guide about project goals, objectives, SLA, duration, and he will explain about the business process, and he will take several workshops, and you just attend kickoff meeting, and you have to connect to your senior members, and you have to connect other teams, because going forward you have to work closely with them. That's the reason. So kickoff meeting is very important for SAP consultant. Okay, you just you just say to your interviewer that I just involved only kickoff meeting, I was not involved in setting project duration, logo, etc. So my just a project manager, just my project manager guide about these things, and I was met my senior members and cross module team members. So in the kickoff meeting, apart from this, I done nothing in this area that you can say to the interviewer. Okay, and you can say to the interview, I was involved in the preparation of documents, and based upon the as document, I prepared to be fit gap and scope and a scope document. Okay, as document will be provided by the client. Okay, and we have to set up several calls and meetings and emails to them. Then only we'll get the business information. After that, so I prepare the SAP document that is called 2P document. I analyze the business and I found some fit gap related stuff like rise if objects, and here are some customization things we have to perform. These things will be taken care of SAP ABAP, but as a functional consultant, I gather the information from the client, and after that I prepared a FS document, and document should be forwarded to the ABAP and assign the ticket to the ABAP, and he will work on it and he will complete the requirement. So scope document. So I before going to conduct any meeting with the client, so I prepare the business questions like for company code, what kind of questions are there, for doing P2P business analysis, what kind of question that I need to ask. So questionnaire is that we have to forward to the client. The client will give in the answer form. So I also done the configurations, different kind of configurations, GL, APR, asset accounting, and so initially baseline configurations will be done for the business. Majority of configurations will be completed in the baseline configuration, and final configuration will be done after that. And integration, rise if object related things will be completed in the final configuration. That you can tell to the interviewer. Okay. In the tomorrow session, we will discuss and complete this implementation project. Okay. So today we will discuss. Today we discussed about planning, documentation, configuration. Right. Tomorrow we will discuss about these areas. So any questions, if you have, please feel free to ask.
Hi, Chanu. This is Naresh Chanu.
Yes.
Chanu, actually, I'm having the experience on manual testing. Previously, working cognitive,
Mm-hmm.
but currently, I just want to shift to SAP FICO.
Mm-hmm.
Is my resume is fit for the SAP?
Exactly. That was a good profile. So you can migrate to SAP S4HANA easily because you have already testing knowledge, but not in SAP. Other ERP testing experience you have, that is also enough. But that designation is okay for the SAP consultant position. Okay.
It's like the associate in the cognitive.
Yeah, that's fine. I told you earlier, I think.
Yeah, yeah. You told earlier.
Okay.
Other areas I need to cover when I'm learning this SAP FICO.
See, right now what we are discussing, that's sufficient. Just to follow that only. Okay.
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 Thank you.
Okay, guys. Thank you very much.
I
Uh,
have one question.
yes.
I'm into business analyst.
Mm-hmm.
I've worked as a business analyst and I have worked for like around 2+ years.
Mm-hmm.
I've worked as associate, research associate.
Okay.
So is that okay that I'm going to correct direction?
Yes, exactly. Your designation is fit for the SAP requirement. Okay. So business analyst designation is fine. Okay. Then the next step is you should learn SAP skills, then attend the interviews, then get the project.
Thank
Okay, guys, I shared the documentation in the chat box. You just to copy this and paste in your Word file. And also, I shared you. See, guys. See. So people who are not registered, kindly registered today itself. Today is the last class. So please do it immediately. The phone numbers and the phone number, payment number is also given. So just to pay to this number and send your payment screenshot to ChanuSK and Sheikh Babji IDs. That's it. Okay. Your registration process is completed. Thank you all. Everything is there in the chart. Just check. Thank you all. I will share you the recorded class right now. Thank you.